What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Houston Productions video. I'm your host Lucas, as always, and I got a good video for you today. February is coming to an end, which means that March is right around the corner, and Netflix is loaded with some great content coming. And here's the thing, I typically only give you my top 5 things I think you need to be watching on the streamers for each month, but Netflix, it's too good. It's too good. So this is going to be a bit of a longer recommendation list, but definitely stay tuned because I got some great recommendations for you. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump into my recommendations of things that are hitting Netflix in the month of March. And my first recommendation hitting Netflix on March 4th is the new Andrew Schulz comedy special, Life. Now, if you know anything about me, I love stand-up comedy. I think it is one of the purest, greatest forms of art that there is. It's so hard to make comedy work, whether it be in a TV show, a movie, or it's even harder to get up on a stage with a microphone and be able to perform stand-up to a point where the entire crowd is laughing. And I love a good stand-up comedian, and Andrew Schulz is one of my favorites, so I can't wait to tune into his latest comedy special, coming only to Netflix on March 4th. And moving into my second recommendation, also dropping on Netflix on March 4th, is With Love, Meghan. Now, I know a lot of people have varying opinions about Meghan Markle. However, I don't have a problem with her. I really don't. I think that everything that she's been doing or has done or will do is the choices she wants to make. And that is fantastic. That's incredible. That's what all of us hope to be able to do, is make decisions for ourselves that we feel like are in our best interest. And this show looks pretty entertaining. It's going to be following Meghan Markle as she invites a bunch of her friends and famous guests to her estate in California, where she's going to be sharing some cooking with them. She's going to be gardening, some different tips about hosting, events or parties and things along that nature. And so it seems like a very much laid back kind of conversation, interview, and get to know other people and get to know Meghan Markle from her own lips. Quit reading the tabloids. Don't get your news and facts from anybody except for the person themselves. So I'm interested to check this one out. I don't think I'll be watching the entirety of this, but I'm going to give it my watch rule, which means it's going to get at least 3 episodes from me. So definitely tune into Netflix on March 4th to watch With Love, Meghan. And moving into my next recommendation, dropping on March 7th, is Chaos, The Manson Murders. Now, I love a good true crime documentary, exploration. Who doesn't? I mean, it's one of the biggest genres out there right now, and frankly, it's not going to go anywhere. And frankly, I don't think it should. I always enjoy learning something new, even about a subject that I know quite a bit about, which is, in my eyes, I think I know quite a bit about the Manson murders, but I'm definitely going to be tuning in to check this one out. Every single documentary has a different version, not a different version, but a different way of presenting information, and sometimes they even sprinkle some new information that I didn't know was a relevant thing. So I will definitely be tuning in on March 7th to check out Chaos, The Manson Murders, and I think you should too. And also dropping on March 7th is Formula One Drive to Survive Season 7. Now, this show came out of nowhere for me. I had no, and I mean zero, interest in F1 or racing in general. But you know what I do have now? An interest in F1 and racing in general now because of this TV show. This show is fantastic. If you've never seen it before, there are plenty of seasons for you to binge, and I cannot wait for the next season to come out. If you don't know anything about it, like I said, it's going to be following F1, and it's going to follow an entire season of the F1 races, the fight for the cup. So if you have no idea about how placings work or races work, watch the show. Start at season 1. It literally explains everything to you. It also shows you some of the personalities of the drivers, the different competitions that may even be going on beyond just the drivers. Sometimes the coaches, sometimes the equipment teams, sometimes the designs of the cars are brought up. It's a very interesting show, and it might just pique your interest enough to become a fan of F1, and F1 is just now starting to kick up again, which is why this next season is coming out. But definitely tune in. I will be tuning in for sure. I've always loved this since the first episode that I saw. I loved it so much that I had to binge it entirely in basically one sitting because I was hooked. So get like me. Definitely tune in to watch Formula One Drive to Survive Season 7 once it hits Netflix on March 7th. And moving into my next recommendation, dropping on March 10th only to Netflix, is American Manhunt, Osama bin Laden. Now, we've heard a lot of the information about what happened, SEAL Team 6 and the hunt for bin Laden and the actual capture and the kill of Osama bin Laden. But there's always more that you can know. And as different things happen in our world, different documents are released, different people are no longer under NDAs or with the government and can fully start to speak about different things. And I'm interested in this. I'm interested to tune in and possibly learn some stuff I didn't know about this mission and the lead up, the build up, the execution, and then what happens due to the fallout of getting Osama bin Laden. I definitely enjoy American history. I definitely enjoy these types of documentaries and series, and I'm definitely going to be tuning in to check this one out. And I think that you should too. Learning a little bit more about what's happened in our world through, different various means, whether it be books or TV shows or movies, is never a bad thing. So definitely check out American Manhunt, The Hunt for Osama bin Laden, dropping on March 10th. And moving into my next recommendation, dropping on March 13th, only to Netflix, is Adolescence. A family's world is turned upside down when their 13-year-old son, Jamie Miller, is arrested for murdering a classmate. The charges against their son force every parent to confront their absolute worst fear. What do you do? Do you support your child? Do you let them, become a victim of the legal system? Do you support the family of the child that was murdered? There's a lot of things to unpack in this one, and it looks like it's going to be a great one. So definitely don't miss Adolescence on March 13th, coming to Netflix, because it could be an entertaining one, and it's going to tear at the heartstrings. I can already tell, but I'm definitely going to be tuning in to check this one out, and I think you should too. And moving into my next recommendation, dropping on March 14th to Netflix, is The Electric State. This is one I'm excited for. I've been looking forward to this one for a little while. Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, Woody Harrelson. I'm in. If you haven't heard anything about this one, it follows an orphan teenager as she travels across the American West with a sweet but mysterious robot and an eccentric drifter in search of her younger brother. This looks like it's going to be pretty good, at least very entertaining. I can't ever guarantee that anything I recommend is going to be good, but this is definitely something I've been looking out for. I've been excited to see this ever since it was announced. Millie Bobby Brown continues her acting career with Netflix especially, and she keeps getting better and better in my eyes. I haven't been a fan of absolutely everything she's made, but I can definitely see the progress in her acting ability with each new project. And that's exciting. As an actor myself, I'm always excited to see an actor that is willing to step out of the roles that got them famous or well known and try something new. And let's call it Millie Bobby Brown. She's going to be a star. She's already a star, but her acting ability is getting her to the point where she's going to start racking up some awards. So definitely keep an eye out on her acting career, and definitely make sure that you are subscribed to Netflix to check out The Electric State, dropping on March 14th. And I've already mentioned it, but I love stand-up comedy, and that's why I'm going to be bringing you another comedy special dropping on March 18th as Bert Kreischer's Lucky. Now, I love Bert Kreischer. I know a lot of people can't stand Bert Kreischer for some reason, but I'm not one of those people. I love Bert Kreischer. I have loved every single comedy special that I've seen of his, and I am so excited to tune in to check this one out. It's going to be a little different, according to Bert, so it's not going to be the same old jokes. He may, tell some similar stories, but his daughters are officially in college, and so I imagine that's going to be a plot line of some of his jokes. I've seen a couple interviews with him talking about this new special, and he's very excited for it. And whenever a comedian especially gets excited about their next special and how it came to be, then it makes me as a stand-up comedian fan excited to watch it. So I will definitely be checking out Bert Kreischer's new special, Lucky, dropping on March 18th, only on Netflix. And moving into my next recommendation, dropping on March 19th, is Twister, Caught in the Storm. This looks good. I love nature documentaries and natural disaster types of things, and this is a true story. This is going to be following the Joplin tornado in Joplin, Missouri, which was an F5 tornado, a wall of death, the finger of God, if you've seen the original Twister, as Philip Seymour Hoffman would say. This looks great. It was one of the most destructive tornadoes in American history. It cost a lot of people their lives, and this looks like it's going to take us right into the storm like we've never seen it before. Some of the footage in this, even just the trailer, looks incredible. So definitely check this one out if you are someone like me who enjoys the documentaries and the natural disaster type stuff. And this looks like it'll be good. I've looked at a few videos already about the Joplin tornado, and I am enthralled. I think that tornadoes are one of the scariest forces of nature out there, because a lot of the times, especially at night, you just don't see them coming. And to me, there's nothing scarier than that thing you don't see coming. So I'll definitely be checking out Twister Caught in the Storm, dropping on March 19th. And moving into my next recommendation, I know, I told you this was a long video. Dropping on March 20th is Den of Thieves 2. Now, the first Den of Thieves was probably one of the more entertaining, crooked cop, gangster, criminal type movies that's come out in a while. And I had a great time watching it. And I was so excited to see that Den of Thieves was actually getting a sequel. And yeah, the sequel is just as entertaining. Now, don't go into this thinking, oh, it's going to be a cinematic masterpiece. I'm going to be watching Goodfellas and stuff like that. No, it's not even trying to be. It's trying to have enough corny jokes to get you to laugh. But more than anything, keep you entertained. It follows Big Nick, who's yet again still that crooked cop that we all love, but he's got a different thing that he's got to go accomplish, and who knows? It might just take him away to a faraway land. I'm just kidding. Yes, he goes to Europe. But it's very entertaining. I think that Gerard Butler is hilarious in this role. Definitely check this one out. And definitely check out the first one if you haven't seen so, because there will definitely be some crossover. So definitely check out Den of Thieves 1, and then tune into Netflix on March 20th to check out Den of Thieves 2. And moving into my second to last recommendation, it is yet again another comedy special. Netflix is basically just ruling the comedy special game right now. They've had some incredible drops recently, and it continues with Chelsea Handler's The Feeling dropping on March 25th. I like Chelsea Handler as a comedian. I think that she's had some great specials. Some of her specials have been a little on the weaker side, but I'm excited to see this one. It's been a while since I've actually taken the time to sit down to watch some of her comedy, but I'm a big comedian fan. Like, I love stand-up comedy, like I've said multiple times in this video already. So I will definitely be tuning in to check out Chelsea Handler, The Feeling, dropping on March 25th. And moving into my final recommendation, dropping on March 28th is Talk to Me. This is an A24 film, and A24 is the king of horror right now. Neon is, they're creeping up on them, but A24 still rules the horror genre. Now, I know that you can make your argument for Blumhouse and Twisted Pictures and all those other horror studios, but A24 is the king of the castle right now. They are just making the best stuff. This movie, Talk to Me, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. It was fantastic. From first-time filmmakers who got their start off of YouTube, the ability to make this movie unsettling, unnerving, it's stylized, well, the acting is fantastic. There are things that happen in this movie that legitimately, I'm not a person who gets scared by jump scares. There were a couple in this movie that actually got me a little bit. So definitely tune into this one. If you haven't seen it, you're gonna love it if you're a fan of horror. If you don't know the premise, it basically follows a party game that is a weird kind of like hand that whenever you hold on to it allows you to talk to the dead. Now, the whole thing is that you have to let go and you have to sever the bond and connection from the hand, because if you don't, they like to stick around a little bit longer than they're allowed to, and bad things can happen. I don't want to say any more than that because I don't want to ruin this movie, but definitely check out Talk to Me if you haven't seen so already, and we are lucky that Netflix is going to be getting this one on March 28th. And there we have it, guys. Like I said, I know this video is a lot longer than my typical What's Coming to Streamers videos, but thank you for sticking around. If you are here, give this video a thumbs up, give it a share. Netflix, like I said, it's got some heavy hitters, some great comedy, some great movies, great documentaries. It's just in general, Netflix is loaded with great content coming in March. So definitely check it out if you haven't done so already. Make sure you're subscribed to not only Netflix, but you're also subscribed to Houston Productions, so you can check out all the daily rip card opening videos, a little bit of gaming stuff that we got coming, my Oscar prediction videos, and overall we have some great stuff coming to Houston Productions. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Hit that subscribe button, drop a comment down below, let me know what you're watching this month. And I'm Lucas here at Houston Productions. I'll catch you in the next one. Happy watching.